How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Loose Cannons. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Do all of that good stuff. Individual channel links are in the description below. It's been a great weekend. Another solid result. Another 3 points in the bag. And another special guest on Loose Cannons. Big up Miles in the building. What are you telling me?
I'm on.
Miles?
What's going on, boys, man? Thank you for having me. First of all, what I need to do is upgrade my camera because you guys all look HD and I've still got a Logitech.
Say no more, man. Don't worry, man. I will plug you.
I was going to say that you're the best guest we've had on the pod so far. So I've had some great guests. So big up yourself for coming on. But yeah, the camera's not really cameraing. So let's get that better for next time. You know what I mean? Sharky's camera was levels. You know, so I'm just saying.
I know, but I'm the best looking guy on YouTube anyway. So
I was gonna ask you anyways. Like, what should we put in the description below? Is it your channel? Is it from my left? That's also
from my left.
Yours as well.
Put from my left.
Put from my we got something coming out this week as well on From My Left.
Yeah,
actually,
people,
make sure you do go subscribe to From My Left. I'm on their show this week, upcoming. Matisse was on it last week, so if you're a fan of the Big Six, you'll know Matisse. Big up Miles. Listen, he's been a big supporter of the show for a little while. In the DMs, we have mutuals, so we're friends from outside of YouTube. And he's been supporting the show for a long time, the new and the old. But we move people. 1,000 likes. Are we there yet? A minute 40 seconds in. Come on, make it make sense, people. There ain't no sponsor today. There ain't nothing like that. There's just a like button, there's a hype button, there's a subscribe button, and there's the channel links in the description. Jordan, James, what are you man saying? All good, Jordan? You waited till the show to eat.
You know what? I'm losing some weight. So right now, I'm on the nuts thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Protein.
I'm trying.
Bro,
I don't think he was worried about your diet, mate. I think he was worried about why you're eating mid-show. Like, I think that was more the.
And to be honest with you, last show started with Sharky talking about a facial. 2 minutes into this one, this guy's talking about he's on the nuts thing. It's just like when I said loose cannons, I didn't mean this loose. It's Arsenal, it's cannon. That's the focus here.
Play with words. You didn't mean it literally.
I didn't even catch.
Step back.
The facials thing was wild. I didn't even catch it at the time. It was the comments that got me. I was like, oh, snap. And I saw your face on the playback when Sharky was like, yeah, man, I went for a facial. Or you think he said, my mum got me a facial or something. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Big up Sharky, man. Big up Sharky.
I didn't warn Sharky beforehand. We do pause on this show. Well, I do at the very least. So when he said it and I clocked, I said, let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep it moving. James, what are you saying? You good, James? I know you had a little gathering for your birthday. I unfortunately couldn't make it, but hopefully it went well.
No, but do you know what though? Like, I'm very aware this is like Max keeps telling me like, what's this, like a 3-week birthday or something? But you know when just like the plans just spread out. Okay, it's done now. These balloons, they're gonna come down. Like, look at that's a big 3.
You're 30 though. 30 is big.
It is a big one.
It's a big one, man.
But it's yeah. Anyway,
playtime is well and truly over, my friend.
What time's over?
Playtime is well and truly over.
Yeah, well, that's a shame. But
anyway,
it was good. Had a few drinks Friday night, just a few, not too many, and did nothing on Saturday, and then went and watched Arsenal on Sunday. So yeah,
he was at the game. All right, we're gonna get into all of that, people. Not just the game, Crystal Palace, not just the upcoming game against Brighton Carabao. But the weekend as a whole, I think, needs discussion. The implications so early on, the title race, has it started? Is it yet to begin? Is it ever going to begin? All of those questions and more. Obviously, leave your comment for comment of the day, which we'll touch on at the end of the show. But James, let's start with you because you was at the game. And, you know, I see a few comments over the first few weeks about getting someone on that's going to games or been to a game. Luckily for us tonight, you know, you are the one. I say tonight again, this is out tomorrow morning, Monday morning on all audio platforms as well, people. But you was there, James. How was it? Like, you know, we've been talking recently about, you know, the feeling different. I said we are so good. You know, I think the match reaction before last and how, although we were, you know, top and in a good position in 22-23, you know, 14 games into the season, further along than we are now, it felt very different. At the time, we knew, you know, there's sharks in the water, and eventually that shark caught up to us. Now we've talked about it feeling different. Looking, is there any sharks about it? It looks like clear waters at this moment in time. Does the stadium feel like it feels like that, or does the stadium feel tentative? Is it nerves? Is it how was it today?
What a great question. I think the stadium weirdly feels quite calm. I don't think it feels like it's super energized and super kind of, I don't know, fueled by the fact that we were top of the league going to this game. Even with a draw, we'd have stayed top. The win was an opportunity to open a gap on Liverpool. There was noise, there was energy, but not in a way where I was in the North Bank. I didn't feel like, wow, this feels special. This feels like a real atmosphere and a real energy. It just felt like another game. But I've been saying that I think that's quite a good thing. Some people have been critical about the Emirates atmosphere this season. I think maybe that goes back to the City game and a few other home games. I think maybe West Ham at home. But I'm kind of okay with it. I think problems we've had over the years is maybe every game feeling really intense, almost like there's too much of it or too much on it at an early stage. And also, actually, at home, we're kind of just rocking up, getting it done, and keeping it moving. I mean, don't get me wrong, we didn't play that well against Palace, but that's really from an attacking and open play perspective. Defended really well, team worked super hard. You know, we only won 1-0, but I never thought we were going to lose it. And we opened the gap and we kind of got it done. And to be fair, our rivals are not getting it done. Other teams who have spent hundreds and hundreds of millions are not getting it done. So I wasn't blown away by the performance at all. I don't think the Emirates was anything special today, but I'm just quite happy we've kind of kept it moving and added 3 points on the board where our two big rivals dropped points, big points as well. They didn't just draw, they both held pretty big defeats. So, yeah, ultimately a good weekend. And yeah, the fans were chanting, we are top of the league. So as long as we're doing that at the end of the games, I'm happy.
You know, we often talk about the team learning from the experiences of years gone past, you know, and those experiences meaning more the longer it goes on, the more experiences you have. And that's all on the players and, you know, learning and using the pain as motivation. Maybe the fan base over those years too at the Emirates, you know, have been accused of getting carried away at times. Maybe there's a bit of that in it. You know, we've also experienced it yet again, title challenges year in, year out. I say yet again because, you know, a few of us on the panel now have experienced Arsenal challenging for titles year in, year out. So maybe it's that, you know,
I think it is.
You know, maybe it's that. Maybe, you know, we are waiting for the time to really, you know, get going. Maybe it's, you know, it's coming. Maybe it's don't get carried away. Miles, you're not one to get carried away, are you?
Not really, but this year I am. This year I've put my.
I'm surprised you said not really, because I mean, you do.
This yes. Sometimes I've gone a bit, you know, a bit crazy, but this year I feel it, man. And I said it from the beginning of the season, and that was down to our transfer window. Obviously, people were saying, is Gyökeres the right guy? Is Sesko the right guy? Liverpool's getting Isak, and I was like, you listen, as long as we build a squad, so we have squad depth, for games like this and for moments like this. Today against Crystal Palace, we didn't look great. I would say that it was good, it was decent, it looked controlled, but we had the different makers. Obviously we got the subs, we got the Hincapes, the Mascaras, Eze, someone who we signed in the summer, made the difference for us today. So yeah, man, I've got a lot of chests. I've got a lot of chests. I was saying on my podcast, we don't need it, Isak. We didn't need a 30-goal scorer. For me personally, I don't think we needed that. We needed more squad depth, and we needed someone who could. We need players who can control the game, because we created a lot of chances. If we can get someone like Mikel Moreno scoring goals at the back end of the season, we can definitely just get a striker who can stay fit, or have more squad depth and we can rotate strikers. We've got more than enough chance. So like James said today, obviously I was watching from my house. The atmosphere from through the TV, I don't know, obviously it's different when we go to the stadium, but it didn't seem as hype as it was during the Champions League game. And Mikel, when I say Mikel Arteta, I say it like he's my friend, he's not my brethren. Mikel Arteta, he said it in the press conference, boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I need you guys to be hyped for this game, because we've done this before, Turkish. Come off a big game and it's just flat. We don't get the result. It wasn't as great as James would like it to be, but we got the job done. So I'm happy, man. And I honestly think that we're going to win this league. I just think that this team is too good to not win this league. We've got too much world-class players in this team to not win it. We've done it 3 times back-to-back, become second. Like, something must give. And unluckily for us, all our rivals are dropping points. So Yeah, man, we started off great, man. I think we're gonna do it. I honestly do believe in my heart this time that nothing's gonna stop us. Bro. Seriously, I believe it.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, my bro. Jordan, nothing's gonna stop us.
I think the only thing that can stop us really is us. Excuse me. I think the weekend it really started at the GTEC Stadium because when Liverpool lost that game to Brentford, I put in the group. I said pressure, and I think every game in this period for Arsenal right now is a must-win. So even if Liverpool had won, there's pressure on winning the game on the following day at home to Palace. But the fact that they've lost, I was like, this is pressure. And I keep banging on. Our viewers and people that follow us will keep hearing me banging on about the pressure being the only thing that can stop us winning this Premier League title. It's the only thing, dealing with the pressure. And the pressure comes where, once again, Liverpool have dropped the ball and are saying to Arsenal, what are you saying? Are you really on this? We are not on this, right? We're kind of messing around. Are you serious? If you're serious, go and handle business tomorrow. And that pressure on Arsenal is something that I'm liking. The dealing with it, I'm really liking. Palace are a good team. And something that Miles just used the word there, that Arsenal weren't good. We weren't particularly good today. I don't think it was a good performance, but Miles used the word control. I always felt like we were generally in control. And I think as long as you can control these games, the quality will kind of get you through. Now, at 1-0, especially against a good side like Palace, an equaliser can happen. They got good players, but that can happen. So I'd have liked a second goal just to dead it. But even at 1-0 and towards the end, Palace were coming forward, I trusted our team to kind of see it through. And that's the confidence that I'm liking in my team. I don't think there's a particularly great team in this league. I think the only team that I'm impressed by personally in this whole league is Bournemouth. I think they play good football and they invariably win more than they lose. I think Arsenal are the best team in the league, but I don't think we're great. But I look at it like this. Arsenal's mentality should be this, boys. There's a madness happening over with our rivals. They're in chaos. But our mentality should be none of our business. It's none of our business. What's happening with Liverpool, man, none of our business. We just got to Palace, handle business, on to the next. It's fun for us fans to banter Man City fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans. If you think they're a contender as well, fine. But the team's mentality needs to be none of our business. Just win games. Because let me tell you, City and Liverpool will turn it around. They will start winning games again. So whilst they're in the mud, we have to take advantage. We just have to. And that's why I go back to the Liverpool loss and us winning today. We took advantage. We extended the lead. We need to get to a point whereby when we do lose a couple of games, a bit like Liverpool, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Because we're 10 points clear. We can afford a couple of, do you know what I mean? A couple of poor results. We need to get to that point. This is the point now where you build your cushion. Just build your cushion. They're messing around. We're going to extend it. We're going to extend it. My last point I would say as well is, I don't know if you two remember the 3 pillars that I said I wanted Arsenal to execute this year. One of them was make the Emirates a fortress. Make Emirates the sort of place where every team just comes and they just get duppied, right? I'm seeing a little bit of that, you know. I think certain teams come to the Emirates now and they're shook. I think they're a little bit shook. I think they kind of expect to get beat now. And that aura, I genuinely think, can add you an extra 5-6 points onto your season tally. I really do.
Jordan, I get what you're saying. Sorry to cut you. I don't know if I'd say shook, but I almost would use the word like confused or a bit lost. I've been hearing the way managers have been speaking about us, and a lot of what they've been saying, I heard O'Neill saying on Monday Night Football, Glasner saying it, and a few others. They basically like they can do everything, Arsenal. Like, you want to go long, they'll beat you in the air. You want to try to get them done on set pieces, they're organised enough. If you do shut them out in the mid-block, they'll go over the top or they'll win a set piece, and then you've got to defend that. Like, so I think it's more that when we went 1-0 up, apart from the natural nerves of being an Arsenal fan and being like, oh, don't throw this away, what did Palace do? Like, as much as we didn't do anything, Raya he had nothing to do all game. Because Palace, when they did have that moment of respite, like, oh, okay, cool, we finally got the ball. Yeah, we haven't created anything, but they've been running and shuttling for maybe 10 minutes, trying to get the ball. They get it, and then they just want to hit the line or hit Mateta. But Saliba gets his body in front, Gabriel covers, we've got the ball again. And then they do have a moment where we're camped in our box, they whip it long. There's 4, 5, 6 players, all 6'4", ready to win it, head it out, deal with it. Rye did nothing in what was meant to be a tense 7, 8 minutes in added time because we just dealt with it. So I think shook is how I imagine teams felt going to Prime City or Liverpool last year, because they're just like, oh my word, it's going to be a battering on our goal. I think teams just feel lost playing against us at the moment. Like,
fair.
I don't know what to throw at this team, like, because there's no clear. Now we have our problems, but I mean, in terms of then hurting us, I think we're so secure in that sense.
But also, this team is Turkish. But also, this team is grown in maturity.
Yeah.
A lot, because there's loads of teams. We went to Fulham, and like Jordan alluded to, they were shook of us, and we was in their ground. They didn't even attack us. Like, they knew it was coming eventually. So when you got a team like Crystal Palace and Oliver Glasner, who's a good manager, and he's got these boys singing off the same hymn sheet. They've been together. They know each other. They know their trigger points. They know when to press. They know when to get into shape. It's a very good team, but we've matured over the years, because there would have been times where Arsenal probably would have forced it and probably got hit on the counter from the Matetas and probably the Eddie Nketiahs when he came on. But we know we have patience. We've got players like Subamendi, who's patient. Like, we call him the metronome, who's just going to find. We're going to find that moment. And like you said, James, it might be a set piece. It might be a counter. It might be open play. But what I do love about this team now is that they do believe in themselves, and they know the moment's going to come. We've been doing that throughout the whole season. Man City at home, Newcastle away. The moment's going to come. There's quality in this team. Don't force it. So that's another point. Because this is a tough game. I said in my prediction, I predicted Arsenal to win. But I said, boys, don't be surprised if we draw this game. I don't think we'll lose, but this could have easily been a draw today, because they were stubborn, Crystal Palace. They were hard to break down. It's a very good team. So, yeah, man, they showed maturity, and very, very good win. 1-0 away or home against Palace. Very good win.
I think for me, listening to the conversation and doing my job as a host, it's only right for me to ask, even though it's quite early in the show and I would have kept this for later, but the sustainability of it all. Because there's a lot of confidence in the way, first James spoke and now you spoke, Miles. The reality is we won from a set piece. Now, Arteta's been asked a lot about that over the last few weeks. If we speak of the Fulham game, it was a very similar game in that I actually think Crystal Palace had moments, like Fulham had moments. It didn't result in shots on target. But in my opinion, it felt like maybe the start of something, but we're very good at stopping that in its tracks. Do you know what I mean? We don't let it run too long. But I also feel like the attack, the midfield, the transition, the pace of our movement, it does still need to click. And that's also a positive, because look at what we're doing where we are, the gap, and I still feel like there's an extra couple gears, at the very least a couple gears to go in terms of the midfield to attack movement and all round. Do you get what I'm saying? So like I said, I want to wax lyrical more about where we are, the weekend as a whole, the ops dropping points. But in terms of, listen, this is an Arsenal pod predominantly. I know we got fans of other clubs supporting the show as well. Big up, you hit the like button. But in terms of us, do we all feel safe? Because we do play very safe and controlling. But I see moments in the games where it's like, 1-0, it's just, but I get proven wrong time and time again because we keep a clean sheet. But does it feel as safe as it looks at times?
For me, where I've had issues, and mainly it was last season. Now I know we had loads of injuries, and obviously that's a context that obviously matters. But you'd have a string of games where you went, I've just watched the same performance for 6 games in a row. So I don't mind a performance like this, which follows a performance against Fulham, when actually Atletico Madrid was in between, where I know at 0-0, it was still a set piece. They got us the open. I get it. But no one can say we didn't create chances from open play against Atletico Madrid. And when I look at, this is every result now. I think Leeds at home, Forest at home, Athletic Club away, Newcastle away, Olympiacos at home, West Ham at home, Atletico Madrid at home. I think in all those games, you can say we legitimately played good football, created chances from open play. Whether we got the open or the winner or whatever it was from a set piece or not, I don't really mind. That's just another weapon we got. But, Trossard slaps the post against Newcastle. Like that's could easily be in the back of the net. Pope's made 2 great saves off Eze. And there's just moments like that where I'm going, I've seen enough this season to suggest that the open play football is there. The chance creation is there. But where have we struggled? Craven Cottage, difficult place to go. Crystal Palace, I think they've lost 3 games in 21, 22 games. You know, they beat Liverpool. They won the FA Cup against Man City. They're stubborn. They're difficult. You're not going to come up against many better back threes than Lacroix, Gehi, and Richards, which sounds, I mean, with all due respect to Palace, you know, you shouldn't really be saying that about maybe the Palace back 3 typically. I don't mean to be harsh, but that's the reality of it. They've been a brilliant sort of, not partnership, but trio at the back. Arsenal were not scintillating today. I wanted to see more risk. I wanted to see more. You know, we were in second gear. I wanted to see us going to third or fourth. But we actually got the goal by half time. I think at that point, it was a case of, well, actually, don't do too much different then. Keep it control. Keep it as it's been. Had it been 0-0 at half time, I wonder whether we'd have seen a level up from Arsenal. But I think they were very wary of the way Palace can hit us the other way, because playing with wing backs, you lose the ball, they're already wide and stretched and ready to go. And it's so difficult for Saka and Trossard and Martin when he comes on to then get back and help our fullbacks. So I think Arsenal were trying to kind of tiptoe their way to third gear, but they got the goal by half time and they didn't need to do too much more. But I would like a better performance, but I'm just saying I'm understanding of the way of why today was the way it was.
Jordan, I should have included you as well, to be honest, because you bigged up the win, and usually I expect you to slightly lean onto the maybe what people will call the negative of the day or the night.
Yeah.
And you know, I think the only thing we can look at is that, all right, from open play, I still feel like there's a lot more we can give. That's how I look at it, more than a negative. It's a lot more we can do and give.
What's your question? Is it sustainable? I don't know if it is, but because there's a stat going around today that I think 56% of our goals have come from set pieces. Now, you can look at that one of 2 ways. You can look at that, damn, that's a lot of goals from set pieces that we're scoring, which is a weapon, as James said. Or I think we're 15th in the table for goals from open play. That's not good. That is not good. And I think something that it's not sustainable, but it goes back to my first point earlier on. If we can get these wins by hook or by crook now, by the time it may bite us on the bum, not creating chances in open play, we might have given ourselves a 12-point buffer. So then you can afford to then work it out, and then you know, draw here, lost there, draw there. You can kind of give yourself a little bit of a buffer, because I don't think you can win the title by just getting half your goals from set pieces. That's not sustainable. And also, and I know again, the people that follow the podcast are like, Jordan again, moaning about brand of football. I need better football. I need better football. I'm not one of these just win the title done. I'm not on it. I need good football to go with my Premier League title win. I'm not on that. I need better football.
But you said you need clean sheets as well.
Yeah, I want that too. But listen,
but like there's always give and take, right? Like you want better football.
No, there's not, James. I want clean sheets and I want good football, right? You know why? We've got the best defense in Europe and we spent how much money on attack? We've got the team to do it. There are certain games, as I have done, I will give grace, where I will sacrifice the football that I would like to see for just getting the win. So, for example, the Fulham game was an example of just win that game, because that was the weekend. I think Liverpool lost. They lost, didn't they? They lost Chelsea.
Every week.
Yeah. So certain games, it's like, right, there's a chance to just get a little, make up the gap or extend the gap, win the game, right? So there are some games I will give grace, but there are other games I'm like, I don't know, man. It's not cheap to go to the Emirates, and we've got the resources to win games and play good football. So it's a long-winded way of saying no. I don't think it's sustainable, Turkish, but I think in this period now where our rivals are dropping points, I will accept and concede just getting that lead, just getting that buffer is the priority. Just increase that gap, because you're going to need that gap come the new year. Trust me, we're going to need that buffer. I don't know what you think about the sustainability of it, but I don't think you win a title from set pieces. I just don't.
No, obviously I don't. Yeah, you don't. But obviously, like we said, it's a good thing to have in your arsenal, no pun. But I do feel like teams are approaching us and look at Arsenal completely different this season. And there's I'm not want to make an excuse But the low block against us is different compared to other teams. And we could see that. And teams know if they come and play against us from early doors, we get an early goal. It's basically game over because they can't even score against us anyway. So we get more joy against Champions League teams and European teams because they have more pride. They're one of the best teams in their country. They represent in their club. They represent in their nation to some degree. So they can't just sit back, especially with group stages, because obviously you need to try and get the points. I'm not going to see you next week or next half of the season. It's 3 points and we're gone. So there's more joy there. But I do feel like teams are sitting back against us a bit more, and they're defensively, they're scared because they know what's going to come. Jordan, people are not even getting shots on target against us.
No. And I love that. But then I hear but the team play a low block, and they do. And it's not easy to get through 2 banks of 4, sometimes 5. I get that. But that's the whole point of buying Zubimendi. That's the whole point of buying Gyökeres. The whole point of buying these players was because for the past 2 seasons, we've not had those Eze. We've not had the players that can break through those blocks. That's the whole point. City had it for how many years? They found a way. Liverpool had it for years. They found a way. So why can't we find a way? I'm not saying every single game.
I think Miles makes a great point there. Sorry, Jordan. That's the second time I've interrupted. I'm really sorry.
No, go.
Right. Like, I actually think, like, when none of us said it, whenever we spoke about Arsenal, we never said it a year ago because we were playing badly and it would have come across as excuses. Let's say it from the top of the league when we're getting wins. Teams are playing, a middle low block, and it's so difficult to break them down. And I actually think a big reason why you're seeing more long throws, more goals from set pieces, is because I think the league has become more tactical and it's become more physical. I think it's almost becoming harder to score goals because everyone's in a good shape. Everyone presses, everyone's physical, everyone knows how to get back. And Arsenal, I think, I've got to give credit to Arteta, they got ahead with that. So now we're the team that everyone's going, a year ago it was our set piece FC, it's boring, they haven't got anything. Now it looks like trendsetters. So I hear you, we want more from open play. We definitely do, there's no question. Like, today wasn't good enough on the open play front. But Arsenal kind of got ahead with finding solutions to what teams have kind of moved towards anyway. And then you're right, Mars, in Europe, teams come with pride. Teams come with, no, but we want to stick to our plan A that we roll out week in, week out. We're not just going to change for one game because that doesn't really work. And they're probably also, teams in this current league are also going, well, actually, the best shot we got at anything here is probably defending Arsenal. Because if we have a go, they're going to hurt us because we're going to get one shot on target at best anyway. So I do think it's kind of, we're almost a little bit, I don't want to say forced to play this way, but it's just kind of how it's landed, and Arsenal seem ready for it, if that makes sense.
But I just don't think it's Arsenal. I just think the Premier League in general, this is not the best brand of football we've seen over the years, Turkish. Like, Turkish,
really?
we've seen, Jordan, we've seen better football than this.
Awful, Miles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The brand of football in the Premier League right now is not the best I've seen.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's not just Arsenal doing it. It's everybody. Like James says, it's fine margins. Everyone's going in for long throws. Everyone's doing a low block. The Premier League right now is fine margins. Everyone's going to looking at tactics and analyzing teams throughout the whole week and looking at their strengths and what's not their strength and this fullback and clip it over the top. It's too analytical and rightfully so. That's the age. That's the era we've gone into in football. But I believe that it's just not Arsenal doing this.
But Miles, you know what's really funny? If you look at this summer, where has most of the money from most teams been spent?
Yeah, attackers.
Newcastle, Arsenal, United, City, obviously Liverpool, Chelsea. Everyone has spent big, not just like little money, big money on attackers.
To break down low blocks, Jordan.
Well, and they're not doing it. So either these low blocks are just impregnable, which I don't believe, or attackers have got to be better. You've got to find a way.
We're struggling. Liverpool, Guardiola's struggling. Slot and the champions are struggling. Like, it's hard for everyone. Like, Tottenham just won 3-0 at Everton. But look how they were talking about, their struggles before.
2 set pieces, by the way. Van de Ven. 2 set pieces. 2 corners.
I'm not decrying we're getting wins and we're finding a way. That in itself is impressive. Don't sulk. Find a way, and we are finding a way. We've got a weapon with set pieces that is working for us. Totally fine with that. And if we win the league this way, I'll take it reluctantly, but I'll take it. But I just can't get off my. I just need better football stool. I need better football. I don't think it's easy. I'm not saying we should be winning every single game every 4-0, but I'm seeing too many games, guys, where we're creating 2 open play chances max in a game. That's not acceptable. I'm not asking for lots of goals. I'm asking for chances. I'm asking to find a way to create chances. And there's too many games. And you're right, James. It's not just Arsenal, but there's too many games I'm watching Arsenal play. And like I say, we're creating max 2 good chances in 90 minutes with that team.
It's tough, man. Today, Crystal Palace had a back 5, Jordan. They had Richards, Lacroix, they had Muniz, they had Guehi, and they had Mitchell.
Well, then maybe shots from distance is the way then. Maybe you score goals from taking long shots to draw them out. Maybe trying to play through them isn't going to work. All right, we're going to bring on guys that can hit it from 25, 30 yards. If you're gonna sit back, cool. Do you know what I mean? There are ways to score goals that aren't just tiki-taka.
But you know that it's a set piece. It goes down as a set piece. But today is like a few this season. I don't know if Zubimendi's went down as a set piece, but today is like a few. You could call it a set piece goal, and you could also call it a moment of magic, because it was a great finish. It was a great finish off a rebound. I think Gabriel and someone went up for it, and I think Wharton was doing his best to put his body in the way of Eze. It was Eze against Palace, so I do want to move it into that as well, because Eze, for some reason, I wouldn't say he's been under pressure, but his name was slowly coming up over the days leading up to this Palace game about, he needs to start doing stuff, and looking at his performances this season, saying he hasn't quite hit the ground running. I still put all that down tactically. I think when you look at it, Saka's been out a few games this season. Odegaard's been out a few games this season. Our left-hand side issue, wasn't sorted in the summer. So, both are putting in great effort, more so off the bench, but it's been chopping and changing over there. Gyökeres is a brand new striker and a very different profile. So there's been so much change in the attack for one reason or another. I don't look at, applying much pressure on Gyökeres yet. And I definitely don't look at applying much pressure to Eze, because he's actually had moments like the ball over the top to Martinelli against City, another moment of magic. I think this one, a great finish, a great finish for Jordan. Smiling. Are you smiling at the...
I can't smile.
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird when you smile, bro. Because
if I've got something to say, but I disagree with you, I'm gonna say it. I'm just smiling. I'm happy.
In agreement.
Miles on. I'm happy. Like
it felt like when you said ball over the top, you was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Ball over the top. That's a moment of magic.
Not do me dirty.
Was that what it was?
It felt like it when you said that. You was like, oh, okay, cool. Ball over the top. I could do that.
Come on, Jordan, man. As the senior member of the show, I don't expect you to stoop so low, man. Seriously.
Senior member.
But yeah, Eze, I mean, listen, people were talking, and if you were one of the people talking, I think that goal would have shut a lot of people up, would have given a lot of people hope moving forward. Glasner actually said going into the game, Eze is a player that decides games. That's what we lost. And he goes and decides this game with that moment. Now, outside of it, everything we just talked about for 30 minutes applies. In open play, there are question marks. We're hoping for improvements. There's definitely gears to go up. But let's just look at the goal, the moment, the winner come the end of it. Even though it was first half, it proved the one that got all 3 points and put us 4 clear at the top. Good moment for him, Jordan.
It was, man. I love Eze. And by the way, someone in the comments was like, "Stop calling him Eze. It's Eze." Like the brother on an interview literally said it's pronounced in Nigerian.
And I say something on this now, since we're gonna, because I don't.
You're smiling now.
I agree, and then after I seen him say that, I then said Eze, and then someone in the comments said no, and then I've got a few Nigerian friends, and every single one of them that I've met since, which is 3 of them, they've all said it's Eze. And I think they said it means king or something, but they've all said it's Eze. So I said, why did he say Eze then? It's his own name. How can he say his own name wrong? And they said, I don't know why he said that.
Well, I'm going to call him what he says. Even I've heard.
What did you say, Miles?
Like Eze, we referred to this guy as Eze his whole Premier League career. Like, it's Eze.
Yeah, but if he said Eze, anyway, Eze,
man, this ain't Channel 4, man. Don't worry.
I'm just saying, let's respect the man's name, innit? If he's saying it's Eze, let's call it.
Jordan, if you see Eze on road, you say, "Yo, Eze, what's going on, man?" You're gonna say, "Don't call me Eze. My name's Eze." He's gonna turn around. What's up, bro? You're right. Yeah.
I'm trying to be respectful.
You
Eze
won't
is
remember his name if you met him anyway.
I'll call him Eze, and I'll hold the bullets if that's wrong. But just briefly from me, no, big him up, man. It was a brilliant finish. I don't think he had a great game. I thought he was okay. It wasn't crap. It was okay. It's indicative, I think, of a lot of his season so far at Arsenal. I think his performances, I think bar one, it was one game where he was poor. But otherwise, he's been okay. 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. He's kind of flitting in that area. We've got the winner. And I agree. I think he will be a moments person. I think he's a match winner. We've been saying for years on this and our former podcast, we haven't got any match winners. Everything's on Saka. City have got De Bruyne. Liverpool have got Salah. We haven't got a guy that can get the ball and just bang. Wow, where'd that come from? I think he will be that guy. So I'm glad for him to get his first goal for Arsenal. You know, it's sweet that it was against his former club. He was respectful and all that. I don't like all that. Like, celebrate, bro. It's a goal.
No, I think he found the right balance. I think
you're right. You're right. I'm being harsh.
He didn't go like this. He didn't go.
Yeah. You're right. He did his
What
thing.
did wind me up? The Emirates crowd. Some of them were singing "Eddie." When he came on, I thought, "What are we doing?"
God, drop me out of that nonsense.
Sorry, just speaking of former players, I was like, "What are we doing?" It's like 20 minutes to play. This guy is doing everything to ruin our title chances here.
Because he was doing this to the crowd.
Yeah.
When he skinned Mosquera and then he cut it back, innit? Yeah.
I understand when we came on, the man and clapped him on. I understand, cool. And I'm clapping him from a standpoint. Okay, you play for a club, but well done. You stopped Liverpool. You started this train.
Oh,
well done.
yeah. To be fair,
thank you very much, Eddie.
But after that, the respect for that.
Yeah, after that, it's you don't play for us no more. I want 3 points because if if Eddie Nketiah scored last minute today, we would have been pissed. So yeah, I'm not singing his name. It's not a legend. Yeah, we've got a statue outside this stadium.
Yeah.
But go. Yeah. Oh, James, I don't know if you want to talk.
No, just on Eze. I actually thought he struggled today, you know, but it was a really good goal. He took it really well. I thought there were a few times in the final third in that first half where he was like, tried to thread it through to Saka, tried to find Gyökeres. There was one moment where he turned, and I think he could have just slipped it into Rice, but he actually turned the wrong way, ended up losing the ball. There's actually a few frustrating moments, but you said he's a moments player, Turkish, and he is. He's someone who can deliver that, and we needed that in the team because against low blocks, we talked everything we just talked about. Sometimes it's decided you're right by a set piece on paper, a set piece, but actually it's a brilliant strike, whether that's come from a set piece or whatever it is. Sometimes the ball just bounces on the edge of the area. You need someone who you can trust to keep their head down and strike it well, and he did that. He took it really, really well. It's what he does. He's done that many times for Palace. It was good to see. And for me, I want to start giving credit to the players that get these moments. Because, you know, Gabriel, I thought, struggled at Newcastle at times, you know, with the goal he conceded or whatever. But he comes up with a big moment. And I think these moments are so defining. They're winning us games. And for that, I mean, I think I gave him like a 9 out of 10, Gabriel, for getting us that winner at Newcastle. And again, with Eze, ultimately, I know, Jordan, whether he actually was or not, I don't know. That's not my point. But I think we need to give these match-winning moments more weight because they really matter. And it's the hardest thing to do in football is put the ball in the back of the net. And so huge credit to Eze for doing that. He found, you know, he found a way. And you know, when people talk about sustainability in football, and you just asked that, Turkish, we were talking about it from set pieces. But people forget that in 23-24, City won the league because Foden kept slapping it into the top corner week in, week out. He just kept delivering that goal that you go, how's he done that again? Like, sometimes the team just finds a pattern and a rhythm of something they're doing that's finding them goals. And sometimes a player just decides it. And I agreed with what Miles said, which I never felt we needed a 30-goal-a-season striker and then bam, you know, game one, League One. I felt we needed a few things. And one of those was moments players. I actually think that's why Trossard's got his place in the team at the moment, because he can have a moment at Craven Cottage where he's right place, right time, gets the goal. He's done that so many times. So I give a lot of credit to these players who can actually pull out these moments out of nothing. And Eze did it in what was actually, I thought, one of his trickier performances or games he struggled in the most, but he had the moment. Sign of a great player.
So I don't know if Miles has any thoughts on Eze, but I just wanted to mention the thing that for me was my biggest takeaway from the whole game. I don't really like commenting either way if I can on substitutions from our manager, where I can, because I think when fans don't get the subs that they want, they kill the manager for it. But we don't know why things are done at certain times. I thought his substitutions and his management of players today was absolutely first class.
Yeah.
I don't think Saka was injured. He had a stinker, Saka, today, and he took him off. He took him off.
He was ill this week, apparently.
Oh, was he unwell?
Yeah, apparently he was ill this week.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then, because he was not good, and he took him off as captain as well. The mere fact that, so I'm gonna get this right, from the defense, I mean, Saliba, that's twice he's come off now. In a couple of months, that might be a conversation for another pod, but don't know if I'm slightly concerned about that. But there was another defensive substitution he made, which impressed me as well.
Nkapie for Calafiori, and then Lewis Skelly came on.
Yeah, I just thought that management of players at the right time. I don't think they were injured. I think they were just like, you know what, I'm trying to give you a few minutes. Calafiori, you've played a lot of games this season so far. You come off. We've got the squad now where we can make those subs. And James, I'm going to give you credit, because you've been saying for a couple of years now, you want to get to the stage where we can make those substitutions. Some of our better players can just come off. Declan Rice came off. I don't think he had an amazing game today, but we can take him off. Even at 1-0, trusting we've got the squad that can hold it down and get the job done. And yeah, you've been saying for James for a long time now, you want to get to the point whereby, I think the quote was, you said you want to get to a 3 p.m. game against a mid-table team, and maybe it's not Saliba starting, maybe it's Nkapie, or maybe it's not Declan Rice starting, maybe it's Marino, and we're not shaking in our boots about the possible outcome. And I think that his management today and the players he took off and the trust he brought on the players that he brought on at the right times, bearing in mind it's only 1-0, I just thought showed his huge trust and his faith in the squad that he has now built, and I like that. Taking off Rice and Saka, and your best, for me, Calafiori has been our best player this season so far. Taking him off, those three key players, that could have gone left. And if they'd have equalised, I know for a fact people have been saying, "Oh, why are you taking Saka off for? He's our captain and best player. Oh, why are you taking right?" But he did that, and we still won. So I want to just give him credit for the management of the team today, because I noticed that and I thought it was first class.
Yeah, I agree. I felt what was so clever about the subs. And look, I obviously have no idea what Arteta was actually thinking, but from a distance, I think he was looking at things like, their wing backs keep stretching us, so let me go to a 5 at the back and match that, because then Timber and Lewis Skelly could get out to Munoz, or it's Munoz, right? Or Munoz, I can't remember. Munoz and Mitchell. They could do that, knowing that, well, there's 4 others coming around to cover for me. And then we brought on Marseille for Saka, who I agree was struggling. We now know Saka was ill, fine. I also thought it was clever because when Eddie came on, he did look actually quite lively. I was kind of just getting involved a little bit. He's got Martinelli, fresh legs to help in and around that position as well. And when Rice came off, look, it was a full. I actually thought Rice was very good, by the way. I thought he had a really good game. But you're right, just to be in a position where you can go, that's fine. We'll bring a starting Spanish midfielder on for Declan Rice. That's having a squad.
What I loved about all those subs, obviously, like you guys just broke down, and yeah, we can swap out players now and not fall off, is that there's one player that is still there, and I feel that Mikel Arteta trusts the most is Gabriel. He's still the general. Everything else around him changes, and he is the guy that's still dictating and telling guys when to push up, and he's being the captain of the defense, because he has Mosquera to his right, who's new, and he has Nkapie, who's just come back for his first game. 1-0 against Crystal Palace. This could go shaky, this could go either way. And he's still marshalling that back line with Lewis Skelly, and like you said, Lewis Skelly, not Calafiori, whoever was Nkapie, whoever was out there helping him. Big testament to Gabriel, man, because I feel like he is. It's a conversation between loads of Arsenal fans who's better at him and Gabriel, and him and Saliba, and we're lucky because we've got both of them. But I just feel like this season he is performing and acting as if he is the A-side centre back. I am going to take responsibility for this year. I'm loving it. He's amazing,
he's of the age as well, and his journey's been a bit different here. He came through and was kind of error prone at the beginning, and then he became known for a mistake or two, and now he's just a beast in both boxes. He actually played a big part in the goal. I actually thought, as someone with him in my fantasy Premier League, I think that's his assist.
Yeah,
but they didn't give it to him, so I'm not too sure.
He hit other players' head. It looked like they hit the Crystal Crystal
But I
Palace.
think he hit the Palace
Crystal
head first, and then Gabriel's, and yeah,
Who
that's just what I
cares, Turkish? You take the 3 points over FPL points. I tell you that.
That's just what I saw. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 points, regardless. But listen,
Jordan, you would.
Can I just are we on Glock Watch? Yeah. Are we on Glock
No.
Watch?
Oh, please, man.
No,
Come on,
no.
man.
Just,
I understand it, Jordan, but leave that for the rest of them. Leave it for those guys, man.
I'm just wondering.
It don't look great.
he's one of those guys, Miles. You don't know.
Yeah.
It don't look great. I know. I'm with you. We're used to silky ballers up top.
As a caravan.
It don't look great. And every time, you know what gets me though? Every time, I don't want to say, I know this is an Arsenal podcast, and we all love Arsenal as my team. But every time I see Ekatike play, man, I just think, Jordan. Every time I see Ekatike play, I just think, Jesus, if we had him though, because the Tekka's Turkish. He's good to watch, man. You can't hate on it. He's so good, and he's young, he's fast, he's powerful, he can finish, he's enthusiastic.
That's an Arsenal striker.
Yeah, he looks like he should be with us.
He looks like an Arsenal striker.
Yeah.
Can I be fair and say I think Ekatike, Sesko, and Voltemada, all three, I think we could all look at them and go, well, if we wanted a physical, tall striker with a technical quality that fit what Arsenal's about, actually, you could argue all three of them are looking already at the club that they're at, like they could do something for us. But I'm going to die on this hill at the moment. I think Gyökeres is having a real impact for us.
Oh, he is.
I really do think that. I thought he had a good game today. And I know people are going to think that's crazy. I genuinely think he was in the wars.
Jordan's pissed.
I know
sorry, I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think the guys is that bad, because I think he had an impact, James. I think you're right. I don't think his work didn't impact the team, right? So I don't want to be. I want to be clear. When he has a bad game, I'll say that. Trust me, he didn't have a bad game today. And I will say also in his defense, there were 3 occasions at least I saw where the ball into him was really poor. Once it was under hit, once it was over hit, and it was one that was just not, it was meant to be for him, but it was the bad ball. So the supply to him on 3 occasions in the final third was bad. It was not good. So I want to again give grace for the supply. It wasn't great today. But the guy's touched, it makes me cry. Like whenever he's running with the ball and dribbling, I'm just like, brother, it's like a caravan with a ball in front of it. It's really bad. It doesn't look good. It doesn't.
There was a chance when he knocked it on and he was in front of goal. He had the two centre backs in between him, and he could have knocked it on, took a touch and just hit at the keeper. It's like it was a bad touch, and then the defenders. I don't know about, but we're here, and we just got to work with what we have. And like James said, he's working hard off the ball,
but don't
working hard for the team.
Actually aiding us, like, do you know, like the amount of times we just smash the ball into the channels and there he is, like harassing defenders, then winning a throw off it. I did a live stream, and I was having a bit of a debate with someone in the comments, and they were saying, his hold up was poor. And look, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not great, but like. And then they said something like, he only won, he won 0 of his duels and 2 out of 6 aerial duels. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, but you can win flick-ons and it goes to no one. And that's done nothing for the team. But I genuinely see a player who is pressing players into booting the ball off the pitch, or is just being a bit of a wall pass for a Saka or an Eze. And I see the way, the channel running he's doing, he's giving us an outlet. He's giving us an out ball. Turkish, help me, man.
What do you think, Turkish? What do you think?
No, because like I've said this before, I did the videos on Sesko. Do you know how easily I could sit here on this podcast and go, I told you all. I told you about Sesko. Graham said it. Ben Mattinson said it. I spoke to people. Sesko's the guy. You all didn't listen. I could easily run that angle. But I'm genuinely quite liking what I'm seeing from Gyökeres. It's so different. It's definitely uglier to watch than what I used to. But I spent years at school getting bullied by my friends, being like, yeah, all Arsenal do is pass it around. You're good to watch. We don't win anything. Now here we are, top of the league, set pieces and ugly strikers. I'm going to take it. And actually, I hope this is exactly how we win the league, because that's exactly what everyone ridiculed us for before. So I don't know. I'm quite liking what I'm seeing.
Listen, You give me a caravan and a football, I'm gonna have a great time.
What does that mean?
That's all I'm saying. And until the next game, that's all it's gonna be.
Oh my God. Hey, give me a caravan and a football. Have a good time.
Wow.
Oh God. Turkish.
That's a Johan Cruyff quote, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I told you
What
last
was-
time, Shakespeare in previous life.
What was that?
man said if
No,
you
what
give
do you
me a
actually think,
caravan-
Turkish man? Did you think he was crap today or last night, whenever it was?
For me, every time he's involved in a game where he doesn't score, and even some of the ones where he has scored, it's a mix of our fault tactically and as a team still adjusting to the transition, adjusting to the new players, and a bit of him as well. I still, until now, lean towards the final third still needs some work for me to see if he's actually, a dud, or if he's not going to be the man to lead our line for the next few years. But that chance that Mars talks about, he was central. He got the ball in space in between two defenders. You have to get a shot off in that moment. And the way we're playing, it's all about moments. Eze grasped a moment. Martinelli's grasped a few over the season. We just need Gyökeres to start grasping his, in my opinion. After Atletico 2 goals, I thought, all right, it's time to kick on now. Unfortunately, we got an average performance again. I'd say, my average is 5 out of 10, straight in the middle. Again, I'd say 5 out of 10.
And I'll be kind. Listen, I don't want the guy to fail. I want the guy to bang and win us a title. So this is not. I've got no agenda here. I'll be fair. He's up against a good defense. Mark Gay and them man there, they're not chumps. That's a good defense, right? They're going to keep out a lot of people. So I'm accepting that as well. And I'm also accepting the fact that you said there, Turkish, he's not getting a lot of chances. So the few that he's getting, maybe he's snatching, maybe he's a bit cold. I get it. He's not getting lots of chances to get into a groove. So I'm being fair. I am being fair. I'm just a snob, right? Because I'm used to Thierry Henry and Robin van Persie and them, man, there, and Adebayor and Nelka, and man, just get the ball, bang, bottom corner, let's go. And this guy, when he runs the ball, I cry. Like, it's really, really bad. He runs with the ball, and it's like, who was that guy? Is it Lee Trundle? Who was that really guy? He had techers. I mean, even he had techers, but he just looked horrible on the ball. He reminds me of that. It's like, brother,
I want to challenge this. It might not look great, but does Havertz carry the ball well?
Better than Gyökeres.
No, I don't know if he does. Havertz looks more natural in the way he moves. He looks like a more natural footballer, more technical footballer. I don't see Havertz carry. I don't see Havertz ever get the ball and go, I'm going to drive. I'm going to carry this ball.
And that's not his game.
Or I can get away from 2-3 players with a burst and some
James,
power.
Here's the thing. I spent the whole summer listening to Arsenal fans tell me, look at his goals at Sporting. He gets the ball and he spins defenders and he drives the ball. And I said to people, in the Prem, he won't be able to do that. If that's why you want to sign him, you're wrong. Because in the Prem, he can't get the ball in the halfway line, turn a man, and burn 3 players. He can't do that. This league ain't going to let you do that. So I'm almost just challenging back the people that were adamant he was the guy for us, based off of 104 goals in 2 seasons. That record looks great on paper. This is not the Portuguese league. And B, the fact that he can make those channel runs with the ball, beat 2 players, bang it top bins. In this league, you ain't doing that. So I'm left with the question of, if you can't do that, then what are you giving us? And I have acknowledged he does take players away from Saka and Martinelli. He has done that. He does occupy defenders, and at times he stretches back 4s. I've seen all of that. Great. But everyone said to me, they want to sign him because his record suggests he's the surefire guy. That's what you all told me. This guy, Sesko is a project. Sesko is a maybe. This is the guy. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. I said, forget the numbers. Look at the player. Look at the player. And you all told me the numbers were the reason why he was the guaranteed guy.
What about the system, though? Because what about the system?
It's not. I'm with you. The attack isn't fluid at the moment. But why is it everyone else seems to kind of look okay in it, apart from him?
I think we just talked about Eze facing a little bit of questions. I think Saka hasn't been the same. in terms of, you know, injury's been a problem there in terms of consistency. But overall, I think no one's really shone in our attack. I mean, Madueke had a couple good cameos, and you know, everyone was getting carried away. Then he got an injury, so no one's really, and that's why I can't. Both the fact that no one's shone in attack yet, which is a positive that will top, and that's still to come. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah. I mean, when I look at that, I just think there's that, and then there's what comes with them also improving is the 9 improving, in my opinion, because the system has had to change. We have to get used to a new striker. We have to get used to these things, which, you know, as much as Havertz was creating space, Gyökeres is doing it in a different way. So once the players also click around Gyökeres, that's when I could probably judge. Because right now I'd say, okay, people might say we should have got Sesko, or Ekitike is a better profile. But the reality is, the way we're playing at this moment in time and playing all season, there's not many moments we can say if you put this person in that position, they're scoring. Because Gyökeres hasn't had any.
Ekitike gets the ball. I think he skips couple man, gets shots off.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair, because that's the ability to create your own goal. But I'm talking about the team's ability to create the chance for a striker. Here, do you get what I'm saying? That's different.
But also
as well.
I'm a big fan. But also, just to play a bit of devil's advocate. Devil's advocate, yeah, just to play a bit of devil's advocate. One of our best creators has been riddled with injuries this season. Yeah, Odegaard. So he's a big part of it as well.
And Gyökeres' best game, in terms of what we hope to see from him, actually came alongside Odegaard's best game, in my opinion, which was Bilbao.
Yeah, Champions League.
Olympiacos at home.
Olympiacos, sorry. Yeah.
Champions League game.
Yeah, runs, Gyökeres bouncing off 2 defenders. He should have scored that. Unlucky Martinelli. Yeah. The runs in behind, Odegaard was finding him. So I still think it's early days.
I'm only saying all this Turkish. Sorry to cut you, bro. I'm just saying all this now because I know in the comments right now, people are typing, who cares who scored today? We won the game 1-0. And I'm telling you, there'll be games where we'll need our centre forward to get that goal. For the goals that Gyökeres has scored so far, he's not scored the first goal in a game, I don't think, or a winner.
That's when I'm with Jordan on it.
So
no,
there will be games where we're not playing well and we need our centre forward to do something. So these 4 or 5 goals he's got so far are cute, but this is my thing, and this is what to Miles's point earlier on. I agree. I don't think we needed a guy that could bag 30 goals. My quote was, I don't need a guy that gets lots of goals. I need a guy that can make the difference. A difference maker. And the games against Fulham last year, West Ham last year, where we're just under it. Can you just do something? Just do something off the cuff. That's what I needed. And I'm just questioning. I've not written him off. I'm just questioning, is he the difference maker? He can bag goals and get in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th in a 5-0 win. We don't need that. We've got that. I need goals when it's 0-0 on the 71st minute in March, and you're 4 points clear, and we're not playing well. Can you be the difference and do something? That's what I'm posing.
I quite like his temperament too, though. Like I've just mentioned 3 other very technical, good strikers, but I know a little part of me thinks in the year we had to win it. Okay, we went with the guy with the numbers, cool. But I really don't think Arteta, Berta, and all the scouts were sat there in a room and went, wow, those goals in Portugal look good. Go for that guy. Like that obviously wasn't the extent of the scouting. They'd have looked at a lot of things. And I just think one of the things you might have over all those players, as technical and brilliant as they are, and I'm sure they're going to go very far in the game, I think they probably just looked at it as, who's the 27-year-old who can go again mentally for Fulham, then again for Atletico, then again against Palace, who is willing to put in the hard yards, who keeps defending the front post, winning his headers, who chases every ball down, and then comes off and is ready to go again. Because as much as we're praising these guys, by the way, Valdemar had a brilliant start. Sesko's not playing in a team at Man United where all eyes are on him to win them the title. Ekitike's gone to Liverpool, but they're still having problems. As much as he's been brilliant, something to do with him. He's been fantastic. Sometimes it's about a fit on many. I think that's a big part of why Martinelli has hung around so long in the game for Arteta, I mean, because he always puts in the yards and the running. He does ultimately the other stuff too. And I think the team needs more match-winning quality, more technical quality and all that. You can't just have good mentality. Otherwise, we'd probably all be playing for Arsenal. We'd all run our hearts out if we were out there for Arsenal. But there's definitely something about Gyökeres's temperament that I quite like still. I really do. I for whatever reason, he's winning me over. And I'm someone who really admires technical players. I grew up on Hlebs, Rosickis and all that, and all those strikers you mentioned, Jordan. But for whatever reason, he's winning me over in some way.
But one of the main things is for Gyökeres is that it's aesthetically he doesn't look good, and that's why a lot of people do kill him, because he's got. I just looking at the stats now. He's got the same amount of goals as Ekitike, but Ekitike's got 2 more assists than him. But Ekitike looks better while he's doing it. And obviously, when it comes to Arsenal Football Club, everyone puts us with gracefulness and good football, and it looks good in the eye, and that's the type of football it's in our DNA. Go on.
I had to cut you, but and I didn't want to have to do it, but what I don't get, and this ain't in my agenda here. If people are gonna say agenda, bro, Havertz don't look good playing football either. But
exactly my point.
But 2 and a bit years in, the same people saying, "Oh, Turkish Gyökeres isn't doing this, he isn't doing that," are the same people that are 2 and a bit years in to grace of Kai Havertz. I just don't understand. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't get why.
I don't think he's the answer either, by the way.
And this is coming from someone basically that if Gyökeres replicates this same 10 to 12 games for the next 54 games, will say replace this guy. I'm not like, I don't have any agendas. If a man comes in and he's not played well, like Francis Jeffers came in once upon a time, Fox in the box and all of this stuff, and Henry and Wiltord kept him out of the side, and then I was like, all right, au revoir, on to the next one. Like I'm not like, I don't know why one's looked very different to the other.
I couldn't agree more.
But it's the same thing like Jordan said. Obviously, we know we've had tape on Havertz. 2 different type of players. One's a false 9, the other one, Gyökeres likes to get in behind, run off the shoulders of defenders. We know with Kai Havertz, and I think he's a good player. I still think he's got a big say in this league for us. He's still got a lot to say about this. But we do know about Havertz when it's come to the business end of the season, like Jordan alluded to, is can he give us that moment? Can you score us that goal? And he's failed us a few times on that. So Gyökeres might be the difference between him and Havertz of scoring us the goal we need, because we know in Havertz he hasn't done that for us. He hasn't come up trumps. He scored goals for us and kept us in the title race. But when we needed that striker, someone who's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and win us a game, he wasn't the person to get us over the line. Now, maybe Gyökeres could be. Who knows? But only time will tell, because we still need to wait from April, May. We need to get to that time to, business end of the season. So we have to just wait and see. But for now, don't look great. But I like what he's doing. He's working hard, at least. At least work hard.
All this talk and we're top, and that's what gives me optimism that we're gonna, kick on a couple gears, and then Gyökeres will be on the end of stuff come gear 5, gear 4, hopefully, maybe gear 6.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. But we are top people. We like to delve into things. We're here after every single game. So hit the like button, make sure you are subscribed. We're 4 clear, 5 clear of third, and 6 clear of 4th, 5th. Question all round. Let's start with Jordan. Who do you look at as our look? It's been a mad weekend. Who do you look at as the main title rivals? Is it Bournemouth or Sunderland?
Wow.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the table.
Excellent work. That is sterling work.
And Spurs is there as well.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say them. Fuck them.
Hey, if this goes wrong, Skull Thugger is going to have a field day with this.
Don't let him know. I don't think he watches this.
If this goes wrong, we're finished.
I know you're joking, Turkish, but just briefly, because I had this discussion in my WhatsApp group, a couple of groups actually, over the weekend, and I got battered for it, as I always do. Fine, I could be wrong. I still think Liverpool are the biggest threat. I think Liverpool they're in the mud, they're in the mess, and I get why people are writing them off. I think they're the bigger threat than City. I know City have got Haaland in some mad form. If they can keep him fit, they'll be in a title race to the end. Facts. They've got the pedigree, the manager, and the resources in January to go again if necessary. So I'm not discounting City. I just think Liverpool have more weapons if they can get it right to catch us. If I'm Liverpool, this is what I'm thinking. Arsenal have yet to prove they can go 10, 11, 12 games in a row, wins, when it really matters. Get to the January window with no bigger gap than 8-9 points. Keep it to under 9 points, right? You sign 2 centre backs in the window, and you make some really brutal selection choices. It might mean you got to bench your 2 top transfer signings. That you might have to just do that. Whatever. I'm not sure if they will get to January without another defeat, and if they lose one more game, they probably are done. I don't think you can lose 5 games in this league, especially the way we're kind of being machine-like. But I still feel Liverpool, if they can get to January with the gap not wild, I just still see them as the biggest threat. Because, and I said this in my group before City lost today, because I just think if Haaland doesn't score, I don't know the stats, but I would put good money on him having scored 75% of their goals this season. Is that sustainable?
I done a video with Matisse and Tobes on the Big Six. That's out now as well, people. So go over there after this. And they said the same thing. At one point, they asked each other, who can we put our hope in to stop Arsenal? And they both said Liverpool for the same reasons you said. Miles, agree or look at it differently?
I'll put that Villa game has put a spanner in the works, but thankfully I'm happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just before that Villa result, I was looking at City like, okay, these guys are doing the City thing. They're being silent and they're getting results and they're just staying in the race until it gets to January, like Jordan said, and they've brought that run together. But because now they just dropped points and we've got a gap on them again, a big gap, I don't really know who I'm looking at, man, to be honest. And I don't say that from an arrogant standpoint. I'm just looking at it from a standpoint where we just need to just do our job. And hopefully these guys just keep dropping points.
None of our business.
It's none of our business, but I do think Liverpool are going to click, though. And I'm not saying they're going to click and get 10 games in a row, but there is going to come a point where they're not going to be playing this bad throughout the whole season, and they're going to get results. They've got too much quality in that squad throughout, from the defense to the midfield to the attack. Even though it's not working right now, they will get results. So I do still look at Liverpool thinking, okay, cool. If you guys do click, and Arsenal, you never know, hopefully not, touch wood, we get 2 draws in a row and they get 2 wins that week, back to back, then I look at them like, oh, because they got enough to get wins over the line. Like you said, Haaland is a one-off.
Yeah.
Their squad is still good, but they're just looking at Haaland. If you don't feed Haaland, it's looking like no one else is scoring. But Liverpool's got goal scorers all over the pitch. So I still look at Liverpool, but we just still got to do what we got to do.
Just before James comes in, I do think though Liverpool and City are in the territory of one more defeat, and they're giving themselves that kind of, we've now got to win pretty much every game. We can't lose another game.
Hopefully either one of them drops points before they play each other. Hopefully. I don't care who. Hopefully either one of them drop points, loss or draw, before they play each other. Then we are and we win. We're in a great position. Great position.
You know, so it's a great question. I mean, basically, who do you trust more? City have won 4 of the last 5, or Liverpool, who are the current champions? I think Liverpool are kind of like, I think they've got the goals in the team to dig themselves out. I think City are a little bit better balanced. But you know, the one thing that gives me hope, and I don't really know what I'm saying when I say this, because it's going to sound like I'm saying that basically I think Arsenal are going to do it, and that's where I'm at. But when I look at the teams, they don't really make a lot of sense to me. Like when we opened a gap on City even 3 years ago, or maybe we were sort of neck and neck with both those teams in 23-24, I just watched them put out good lineup after good lineup, top managers doing their thing, putting together a degree of momentum and results that I thought, yeah, Arsenal, you got to stay on it because these two will punish you if you don't. But I look at City's 11 right now, right, for the game against Villa. They're playing a double pivot. Sorry, they're playing 2 10s in Foden and Bernardo Silva with Reinders at the base.
Yeah, it's
I'm
crazy.
like, who am I to tell Pep Guardiola what to do? But why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't. That's so imbalanced. Away at Villa Park, like that's such a strange thing to do. I look at Liverpool, double pivot of Szoboszlai and Jones, like with 2 marauding fullbacks and basically 3 strikers in your front 3. And I look at it, I'm like, what gives me hope is I feel like the other managers are really fucking it up. basically. As much as we're doing well, I'm like, you're Nunes at right back. These ideas are mad to me. Now, let me say one thing. There are some great YouTubers out there. All of you guys, Lies, Cams, who watch game after game and they make videos on these teams. They speak so well on them. I do not watch enough of City and Liverpool. So City fans might jump into this comments of this video and go, Nunes has been great. Or actually, Jones as a Bosley works well. They're not the reason we lost. I don't know. They might do. I don't watch enough to know. But I've watched enough of these teams and these players to go, that feels really imbalanced. I see Reinders tearing Wolves apart as a box-box midfielder. Now we're going to put him as the lone six when his best work has been in the final third with Bernardo and Foden either side. That's really weird to me. We signed Nunes as a box-box midfielder. It doesn't work. He's going to become our right back. Like, I feel like the ideas from the other managers are poor. And that's weirdly what's making me feel quite calm, is that I feel whether our football's great or not, we're the most balanced. And we're the most consistent. We're doing what we've been doing for years. Sustainable or not, it's worked for 4 or 5 years. Yova came in 2021. And we've been in the top 4 for set piece goals for 5 seasons in a row. So I just feel like if we keep being consistent, the ideas from the other teams aren't good enough.
It's true, because speaking on Pep's tactics with Reinders as a lone six, being a lone six in any league is tough. But in the Premier League, and especially that's not even his position. He wasn't even that in this area. He wasn't a lone six. It was like you said, he was more of a box-to-box, a creative midfielder. So putting him in a lone six against Aston Villa, you still got someone like, you got Onana, and you got Morgan Rogers, who's going to be running at you. McGinn, all these type of midfielders. It's like, Pep Guardiola, you should know better. You've been here for how long? And you're just going to put that guy leaving in the midfield by himself as a lone six. Like you said, James, it's a good point. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, they are messing up. That is a bad midfield to play. You play those midfields at home. Sorry, Turkish, at home against the Burnleys, respectfully. I can't even say the Sunderlands because look where they are. The Wolves, the West Hams. When you're at home, you're going to be on the front foot. That's when you could, like us, we could play one Zubimendi or one Rice, Eze and Odegaard. We tried it and Odegaard got injured. We couldn't afford to do that. But away from home, I don't want to see that against at Villa Park. No way. But yeah, make it continue though.
That's why that's why I've been so confident this season and recently, especially saying not going to see second again, saying I think we're going to win the title, because it just feels like.
Oh, you all in, yeah?
Oh, I was all in beginning of the season, and I'm very much all in now. But it just feels like, listen, we talked a lot on this pod about things clicking, how it needs to click, what needs to click, certain players in attack, and so on. But it just feels like even if that doesn't happen, it might be one of those default years where, how some people look at maybe Liverpool last season and say, well, no one else was really there, even though they was on track for 90 points for a lot of that season. All seasons, gone as well. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's always a season or two here or there where people say, oh, it was default, no one was really at the races, and you took it or they took it. And
Leicester, the Leicester year, people say that with Leicester.
Yeah, even though that's nothing against Leicester and what they had to do.
Yeah, of course. But people say transitions and all this stuff. Yeah.
It just feels like even if we don't click, we are the best team still. So yeah, long may that continue, because there are some very weird tactics, substitutions from Guardiola's slot, both of them over there at Liverpool City. But listen, Premier League, we've talked enough, people. 1 hour, 13 minutes in, it's past midnight again over here. And I see Miles's eyes are slowly
rolling, boy.
No, I'm calm. I was just looking at the new table.
Yeah?
I'm just looking at 22 points and it looks good. I can't believe we're here.
That's just me checking, man. Making sure you're all good. You're all good. This is what we do here.
We was 45 minutes away, Turkish. 45 minutes away from them saying, Arsenal, your bottle jobs are not going to win the league, when we went over to Newcastle's ground. Like, do you remember that game? We was 1-0 down, James. We don't win at this ground. We was 45 minutes away from everyone saying it's over. And look now. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad.
Now they're asking it's over. Now they're still asking, is it over? But for a very different team this time. It's crazy. But we move. And talking about moving, I mean, we still got comments of the day left, but we've still got a Carabao Cup last 16 fixture against Brighton to talk about. That's at the Emirates this Wednesday, 7:45 kickoff. Considering time, considering We're going to wrap up shortly. I mean, I guess the lineup and what Arteta does with it, how much he rotates, the importance of the cup is things that are probably hottest in terms of questions and thoughts. Like, does anyone want to start off with how they view this Brighton game this Wednesday, in terms of importance? Because listen, I didn't mention it when we were talking about Palace. We briefly circled the subject, but Saliba, Rice, and Calafiori, it was confirmed by Arteta that it was all knocks that led to their substitution. So, you know, if you add to that Gabriel had a knock in the last game, luckily he made this game, and the players that are already injured, as much as depth and, you know, the squad numbers and quality has led us to this point where we've got so many injuries and knocks, but we're still confident that, you know, it seems to be wearing thin in terms of, you know, the amount of players now that you have come off this season in games with knocks. I think every game bar one in the league this season, we've had an important player come off during the game through injury. So Brighton, Wednesday, Carabao Cup, we need to win something this season, but at the same time, how much rotation do we put in, Jordan?
Can I go quickly? And I'll be brief. I want to win this cup. I want to win this cup. I do. I want to win this trophy. It's a home fixture. You always take advantage of, for me, when you get a home draw, to try and really go all in. Brighton have knocked us out of cups before, and they're one of, I wouldn't say they're our bogey side, but Brighton's record against us since they've been in the Premier League, for them, is quite impressive. Actually, they've beaten us a few times, 2 or 3 times at the Emirates as well.
Yeah.
This is not going to be an easy game. Also, and I do want to nod quickly to my interview with Tyler Adams out on Channel 4 News. Go check it out right now. And one of the things I asked him about was, does the likes of, you know, your small clubs like your Palaces and your Newcastles and your Tottenhams and even your West Hams in recent years winning trophies make you and Bournemouth think, well, actually, it's just staying up shouldn't be the thing. Top 10, no, we should be winning trophies as well. And I wonder if Brighton are now thinking the same thing. Like, why can't we seriously attack a trophy and go for a League Cup or an FA Cup? And I wouldn't be. I think the days may have gone. I know it's worth a lot of money being in the Premier League, and Brighton want to stay in the Premier League, right? But I wonder if the days have gone of those sort of teams just chucking out second teams and, we get knocked out, so what? It wouldn't stun me if Brighton come with a very strong team this week. I don't want to get knocked out, especially at home. So I would go with as strong a team as possible. The guys that have got knocks, all right, maybe just hold them down. So your Rice, your Salibas, and your Sakas, if he's not well, okay, maybe those 3 don't touch the pitch. But I'm sticking with Raya. I'm sticking with maybe Martinelli starts. Ranieri can feature at some point in this game. Zubamendi, Marina. I'm looking to go strong. I'm not looking to just rotate the strong 11. I'm looking to still go strong because I want to win this cup. And more importantly, I think Brighton want to win it too. So I think we kind of should go strong. One, to win it, but also because when we're playing a team that I think are going to come to try and knock us out as well.
What do you think? What do you think, if you had to pick one, what do you think is our main strength, the players or the tactics?
The players.
Good question.
I would say the players.
Reason I ask is I probably lean towards tactics at this current time.
I've seen these tactics without these players, though, without squad depth, and it hasn't worked. So now that we've got certain players, we've got more players, we've got more squad depth, we're getting it over the line. I'm looking at, for me, this is all squad. Obviously, tactics have play a big factor into this, but it's all about rotation and having the players to win the leagues. Because we've all seen Manchester United win the league with 4 strikers: Berbatov, Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney. Not saying we have that quality, but you need depth. You need depth, Turkish.
You know, the 3 years we finished second, I think we finished second because Arteta got this team playing above what they were capable of. I think this is the first year that I think, no, the team is good enough. And if we win it, it will be, Arteta will obviously have played a huge part, but it will be the Eze winner, the Gabriel's dominance off set pieces. It will be the Sakho's ability to create something out of nothing. The players are good enough. And, you know, if you built a combined 11 of Arsenal, Liverpool and City players, I think you get more Arsenal players in there than of any other team.
They know the tactics, Turkish. we know what type of coach Arteta is. He drums their instructions in their head every training session. You can imagine. They know what they're doing.
That's why I go for the opposite of Jordan and rotate as much as sensibly possible. Because I feel like for me, the tactics predominantly offer the structure and the base and the foundation. And we've seen that with Mosquera coming in, Calafiori, Lewis Skelly. We've seen that with Ben White, Timber. Now, the quality is there in the players too, but we've seen that we can rotate defensively and still produce the results in terms of, the foundation. Midfield, I feel like someone like Zubamendi has played an awful lot of games, not just for us, for Spain, all 4 of the qualifiers so far. So, behind him, who do we have? I mentioned injuries. If he goes down, we haven't got a profile anywhere and anything similar to him. And I just think that, people like Nwaneri, even a Dowman, this is a competition for them, in my opinion. I look at the Carabao from a different angle. I want to win it, but I also want to win it the way I grew up knowing it, which is Wenger playing the young team and me looking out for the young gems and seeing teenagers pull out goals and performances at the biggest stage for their level. So I lean more towards a heavily rotated side, but still being strong because the tactics for me are the foundation. So a strong lineup to me is, bar a few players like you said, a Gabriel, for example. You can't replace his presence in both boxes. If for set pieces, there's a few players you can't replace, but overall, Dauman, Ranieri, Norgard, Marino comes in. I play Ben White, for example. I put Kepa in goal. These are all Lewis Skelly at left back. Mosquera probably starts for me. Maybe Hincapié if he's ready. So is it too much, James? Oh, sorry, Jordan.
I was going to say, Brighton's midfield is not a joke. Brighton's midfield is really good, and I'm just not sure if a midfield of Nwaneri, Norgard, and Marino can handle their midfield, especially if they go for their first choice midfield. Brighton they've got good midfielders. They've got a good, do you know what I mean? So that's my concern. They're strong in that midfield area. I think Rice can't play because if he had a knock, all right, he's out. I think Zubamendi might have to just hold it and just kind of get through this one, in my opinion. I hear what you're saying, but I don't want to get knocked out. I want to win this game. I want to win this game.
I want to win it as well, but I'm with Turkish on this because I'm looking at the bigger picture, man. I'm not trying to overwork these players, because when we play Burnley, that's the game I really want to win.
Away as well, yeah.
Away, yeah. I'm with Turkish. Miles Lewis Skelly left back, Ben White right back, Mascara, Kepa in goal, Norgard, Zubamendi, you rest, Mikel Moreno, Ethan Waneri in the 10. Martinelli didn't start, so you start, guys. It's
Martinelli up top. Martinelli up top.
It's a squad, Jordan. If, like you said, we got the home advantage. If it's away at Brighton at the Amex, I kind of understand. You might feel 1 or 2 more first teamers.
No, I'm the opposite. If it was away, I'd go weaker.
No, but we're at home.
Throw it.
No, I'm at home. So if I'm at home, you've got the crowd behind you. You got the home advantage. Go and show Arteta what you wanted. Go and show Arteta I should be starting against Burnley. Because we've got the quality. We're a good enough team. You could beat Brighton. They're good, but you could do it with this squad. 100%.
James, what are you saying?
Before James goes, just to, maybe a bit of information that plays a part. It's Burnley away, Slavia Prague away, Sunderland away the next 3 games.
Yeah, we got to rotate, boys. You have to save the legs. You have to. Muscle injuries. It's not even about them being tired. It's just the muscle injuries. You can't afford it.
I think, like, whenever we get annoyed about Mikel Arteta and selection, it's because we have a really clear idea in our mind of what we think he should do. And in this, like, I think he could kind of do anything, and I'll just sort of roll with it. If he goes really strong, I'll understand. If he rotates heavily, I'll understand. Like, I'm sat here really conflicted about what the right thing is. For example, should Gyökeres start? My instinct says no, but we're going Marino up front, because that for me is disrespecting a competition where we're not littered with trophies. This is a team, I keep making this point. The 3 years we finished second, everyone always says, oh, that's 3 times you didn't win the league. No, that's 12 times we failed to win a trophy. 4 every season. for every season that we've been good enough to challenge for the title, we haven't come up with a trophy. And I don't want to just throw away another Carabao. And
that's
you
know the. Sorry,
What's that, Miles?
Go on, tell this. Sure.
I think Miles might be saying the same thing, but we both started speaking up when you said throw away. I don't think me and Miles are looking at. That's why I made a point of tactically we're so strong that the players that come in, it feels strong enough to get. If it was Anfield, Liverpool, or like Miles said, let's say Brighton away, I'd go a bit stronger, opposite to Jordan, who funnily enough wants to win it, but if it's away, he'll throw it. So I don't.
No. I'm saying if you get a home draw, getting a home draw is luck, right? So if you get the luck of a home draw, maximize that by giving yourself the best chance of winning that game. I'm saying
for me, a home draw means okay, you can go a bit lighter in that one.
Yeah, that's what it means for me.
When I get a home draw, do you get it? It's like we can take it a bit easier in this.
Because if you're away, Jordan, you got to go strong because you're going to their ground. You got to go against their fans.
I just think it's less hurtful or embarrassing if you get knocked out away. You get knocked out at home. That's bad.
But sorry. Sorry, James. Yeah.
When I say throwing away, I don't, I very much remember that Mikel Merino played brilliantly and scored and we beat Real Madrid. So I'm very aware you can win games of football with Merino up front. I think what I mean is like Arteta doesn't want to play Merino up front. The only reason he do that is because he feels it's more important to rest Gyökeres for the games that are coming. That's the only reason he would do that. Whereas you could bring in Merino for Rice because we've done that in the league. We did it against Forest at home in the league. We've done it for other games where we've gone, we're happy to make that rotation. There are just certain positions where I just think, don't change just for the sake of it. Like actually think, do we have a ready-made replacement ready to come in and do a job like Ben White for Timber, like Mosquera for Saliba, and Capia, Lewis Skelly? I think you could change the whole back four. And I think that would all make sense. I don't.
Yeah, but boys,
I don't know. Go on.
Still sharp and still, and we can't have one side at 11 that's getting games week in week out, and the other side is not sharp. Like there needs to be a balance. Yeah. Because if we need Ethan Nwaneri during Burnley or Sunderland, or if we need the Norgard, you guys need to step in.
Them man can come
on. You need to be sharp. Match fitness is a big thing, though, Jordan. Being fit and match.
They can get half an hour.
So what would your team be? Sorry, I don't want to. We're already an hour and a half here. I'm not trying to long that, but just really quickly, up front, who you're going for?
Martinelli.
Yeah, same.
I probably would go Marina up front. So I would rest Gyökeres. I would take him out.
I would go for probably Marino. Probably
2-2. All right.
Desmond.
I just think when you fill the rest out, there's something, right? So you go Marino, well, that means Rice is starting, or Zubimendi, one of them starting. So if you're going Trossard, Martin up front, which we are, that means it's probably going to be Trossard on the left, but he's been playing the Premier League games. Like there's always everywhere there's a compromise. So someone's going to have to play minutes. We'd rather they didn't.
Yeah, but we can't rest. But I would rather play Trossard this game as well because we still got Martinelli and Trossard who can rotate.
And he didn't play. You're right. And he didn't play against Atletico.
The only fit player. The only player. So this is going long now, but the only player that I believe finished the game relatively fit against Crystal Palace, who I would take out, is Gyökeres. He's the only fit player that I would take out. Rice isn't fit. Saka isn't well, so they come out because they're just not well, right? Everybody else, Gabriel had his ball bags there was a problem there with the post and all them kind of things. So let's see if he can make it through and all that. I mean, but the only guy that came off the pitch fit that I would take out is Gyökeres. Martinelli, you're starting. Trossard, Zubimendi.
Get Timber out of there. Timber's playing way too much football.
Ben, I need to see Ben White.
Well, our injury list is so.
Sorry, Cortez.
Our injury list is so deep now that Gyökeres, I get it. There's no one behind him. Zubimendi, Eze. With Odegaard out, Eze behind Eze. What do we have? Ranieri, who's barely had any minutes in the past month and a half. So
and might have to play on the right because Dalman's still 15 and Madueke's out.
Ben White, he needs to start for me to get the minutes needed, so Timber can start having some rest days and rotation.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
I'll be disappointed if we go out. Let me just say that. Whatever happens, like I'll be understanding with the 11, but it'll be a real shame to get knocked out. I don't know.
Yeah, ruined
throwing away is also application to the game. When I said throwing it away, I also mean how much you give it. Like, let's really try and win. Whoever goes out, they're good enough. We've praised this squad, said the depth is there. Whoever goes out there, you're good enough to get it done.
Miles, prediction.
Clean sheet. You know what? It's 2-1 Arsenal.
Cool.
Don't know if the clean sheet could be in jeopardy. I don't know.
James.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've said 2-1 for the last 2 games. I got it wrong, but I'll stick with it. I think we'll concede.
Jordan.
2-1 Brighton.
Okay.
I think Brighton knock us out.
Can I change it? I just think we'll draw and go through on pens. I'll go 2-2. Yeah, penalties.
2-1 either way. Arsenal win for Miles, Brighton win for Jordan, and 1-1 pens win for
2-2.
2-2 and a win on pen for James.
They are good though.
I'll go 1-1 and hopefully win on penalties. So we've covered all bases. 2-2, 1-1, and 2-1 either way, people. Let us know yours in the comment section below. And on that comment section below, have we got comments of the day?
Yes, boss.
Jordan, I love you, man, but you got killed.
I got battered, innit?
Yeah.
Back to normal.
You thought they was bad on the other channel? They're worse over here, mate. Yeah.
There's new ones too. There's new guys that come in.
They're my guys. They're the ones that would be.
Yeah, they're your ones.
New guys. Who are these guys?
All right, so I might as well go first then. Just get out of the way. First one. Jordan chats a lot of shit. LOL. Right. If this podcast wins awards, it won't be because of Jordan. It will be in spite of him. I'm not saying he's not good as a podcaster, but he's not ready. He's not ready-made or confident. I just don't think we can rely on Jordan to get this podcast over the line. I'll praise him for today's contribution, though. It was just good. It was just good, though. Not amazing. Jordan is still just not that guy for me. Big up to this week's guest, though.
Jesus.
Did you get that, though? Did you get why he wrote
it? Of course, I understood what he was saying.
That's clever.
He's wrong. But I understand what he was playing my own words back to me about Gyökeres. Yeah.
That's what Jordan said about Gyökeres, word for word, Miles, basically. So yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I knew you lot would go with anti-Jordan one, so I've gone with one from Azat, saying the chemistry and banter is so similar to the OG podcast, even with the rotating guests, regardless of who it is. It really is a big testament to Turkish Jordan and James and their insight and passion for the club. Fantastic job, gentlemen. Love for the love.
Love G.
Love for the love.
Jordan, there's so many. There's actually one.
Just go and done with.
There's actually one I can't read because I think we'll get demonetized.
All right, just bleep it. Just bleep the word that you can't say.
Well, no, let me start with this one because it's funny, and then I might say the other one. So John Daly goes, lads, ... Jordan begged me for myself and my son's name for a shout out, and then didn't even mention it. It was pre-season versus Bilbao. Told him I love the show. He was like, "Thanks. What's your name?"
I remember the guy.
No, you always forget. He said, "I'll mention you both." My son Jack told him. We watched the next pod together. Nothing said.
I remember the guy. I remember the guy.
John Daly.
Hey, John, come on.
Jack and John Daly. That's cool.
Hey, John, I've met John as well. Big up. Come on.
I remember the guy.
Cool.
My sincerest apologies. I did intend to. I think I was working that day as well. I was at the ground working. I apologize. I intended to give you a shout out. I completely forgot. But my boy James here has done a better job than I could have ever have done. So there's your shout out via James. Apologies. Thank you, sir.
Also, a few episodes back with Jordan, I'm already missing the break you guys had. It's outrageous.
Wow.
I love that humor.
Wow.
No, you're a champion, Jordan. Fair play to you, because all of these would make me cry. So good on you.
I'm going to cry in a minute.
Be nice to Miles' comment section. His debut
Yeah,
on the
man.
news
Nah,
cannons.
you don't need to be. It's all
We
right.
want to get him back.
That's true. The world you come from my left and Filthy before that. Yeah, that's true. He's seen it all. He's seen it all. Miles, listen, obviously from my left is the new project you're a part of, a big project that I'll be on it this week. The link is in the description, but let them know your channel as well, because obviously you do go up and down with it inconsistent, but
yeah, super inconsistent. Mileage UK on all social medias. But yeah, just follow from my left, man.
you're struggling to keep your eyes open, bro. You're tired.
You are.
I'm awake, man. Just follow me, Mileage UK, and just follow from my left. That's it.
You're tired, man. Right, you see, he's putting in this. It's nearly 1 a.m. people. Look at what we're doing, people. We're still delivering.
They're not built for this, Turkey. They're not built for these 2-hour sessions after hours. You know what I mean?
I'm
We're
built after
inviting
this.
guests on and slandering them. Don't take this, Miles, man.
No, I'm built. Well, I'm fit. After this, I'm gonna go watch my team play. I've still got more sports to watch.
Love that.
You ain't watching shit, man. I'm gonna message you in an hour. I'm gonna message you in an hour.
I'm literally watching right now as it stands. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message you in an hour, bro, because I'm up doing the thumbnail and all that stuff. So we'll see. Big up Miles. Listen,
Yes, man. Big up, brother.
third guest in this new season, the first season of Youth Cannons.
Oh, thanks, man.
Jordan. Yeah, I don't know, Jordan. Do you want to go on from my left or something?
No. I'm just saying it.
No, you don't have to do all this, you know.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate it, Jordan.
Jordan standing ovation, but just unbelievable. Well done.
He set Sharky a 50k view target with you. He's like, yeah, Mars, best guest, and all of that.
But I'm just saying, we did set him a 70k target, Miles. So for you, like, you're a big dog in this thing, right? So we're looking 75 minimum.
What,
Minimum.
subscribers or likes or what's your money?
Subscribers or likes?
Money. I was thinking about money. God damn.
No. He wants 75k views on the vid.
Oh yeah, man. Run out. And just run up the likes as well.
Run it up.
Let's get if this episode could get 1,000 likes for me, then I know I'm doing something good.
1,000 likes. Where you been, brother? Get 5,000 likes, people.
Yeah,
Show
man.
what we're doing around here. Go subscribe to From My Left. Make sure you watch the piece of content with me coming out this week where we rate every single Mikel Arteta signing, and obviously show the coolest disabled, which is Jordan's channel, some love. Show the Gooniverse and Gooniverse News some love. Show this channel some love. Show the Big Six some love. It's all in the description, people. All of that love for the love, and we'll be back after the Brighton game. Next show will be out around midday on Thursday. Peace, people. See you soon.
Top of the league.